My name's Mark, I work at Snow Rock in Hemel Hempstead. I'm the equipment supervisor here and I've been snowboarding for about 8 to 9 years. Today what we're going to be going through is a selection of snowboards and how to choose your own snowboard itself. Now we do advise that you come into a shop to do this, but what we'll do is we're going to go through quickly just the basics of what we actually do when we're picking a snowboard for a customer. Now what we have here is we have a selection of snowboards. We'll go through the first one. This is K2 Anagram, okay? It's a kid's freestyle snowboard, okay? And it's what we class as jib rockered. You can just see it here. What this means is it's flat between the bindings here and here and slightly whipped up, okay? Lifted up at the ends on the tip and the tail. This basically helps with snowboarding for freestylers because it gives them a little bit more lift and they don't fall over as many times, so they don't look like idiots like I do. The next part, we have our weight variations. Now each snowboard in this range has a few variations of weight. Now we have a centered stance, so this means where the bindings are positioned, okay, the weight it can actually take up to, so the kilograms of weight limit, okay, and we also go by height. Now how we do this board's a bit small, okay, but we put the board, for a freestyler, we generally put it just below the chin. For an all-mountain board, we put it between the chin and the nose, and for anything which we class as freeride or powder riding, we put it on the nose and above. And this is the kids board. For a beginner, we also have a selection of boards. This is the K2 Anagram, works out quite a cheap board, okay. This is what we class as catch-free technology they do. Again, flat, but this time around, rather than being jib rockered, which is pretty much from there to there, this is slightly whipped up at the tip. This contact point here is lifted up to aid with beginners so they don't fall over so much and they can actually progress in snowboarding a lot quicker. Now this one has, again, the same system here, weight variations and all the bits and pieces we need. Now with a beginner's board, very similar to a freestyler's board, we try and aim a little bit smaller than a normal board would be. This basically gives them the initiation of a turn a lot easier, so they don't have to worry about falling over, okay, looking like an idiot. They can actually pick up snowboarding a lot quicker. Now the big buzz from then onwards is basically going into your major ranges of snowboards themselves. Now from here we have what we class as a pure freestyle board. Okay, this one is very flexible, very poppy, quite cheap, and basically designed to throw about on rails and jumps and hurt yourself if you wish to. It's got an extruded base, which is a very basic base. It leaves a lot of wax, okay, but can be ridden quite dry. Very, very popular with the indoor riders of the UK. We then have an all-mountain freestyle board, okay, slightly upper range than the ones we had a minute ago. This one here has what we class as a sintered base, so it's a top of quality base, designed to absorb a lot of wax, be a lot quicker than extruded, but when dry does need to actually be waxed on a regular basis and it slows down. Still the system here with your weight ranges, okay, and again with a freestyle all-mountain board, this one here is about the sort of height I'd pick, just above my chin, to actually aid me. So it means I can ride the mountains, still ride kickers and rails without actually having any problems at the same time. This is another one, okay, this is what we class as an all-mountain freeride board, okay. Slightly different in its flex. This is a lot stiffer than the freestyle boards and the other boards we've been going through, okay, principally because you need a little bit more stiffness and a little bit more power behind that all-mountain freeride board in itself, so you can actually do powder turns and actually go quite fast on this one. Same sintered base as the other brands, okay, but again, just slightly more expensive, a little bit more tech in this one than all the others. Now they're the three major ones we actually do and available is your beginners, your freestyle, your all-mountain and your freeride boards. They're the biggest variations. Now there are specific boards for females themselves. Here we have two here. This is the K2 Vavavoom and the Ride Promise. Two very, very popular boards for women. The Vavavoom itself is an a freestyle, all-mountain sort of board. Basically this is very popular because it's got P-Tex top sheet and a P-Tex bottom. Okay, so basically it's very, very good for throwing about, again, on rails for women. And the Ride Promise here is more along the lines of an all-mountain sort of board. Very, very popular with the ladies. This one is very, very nice flex. Women's boards are designed principally to actually give them the extra flex they need rather than taking the unisex boards, which may be a bit too powerful for them. Brands now make specific women's boards themselves. Now when picking your own board itself, ensure that you do one major thing, okay, and that's to ensure that your bindings and your actual boots match that. So Ask any member of staff at any shop any queries about this, because if you don't have the right match up between your boots, your bindings and your board, then this can cause problems in the future when you're riding. Okay, that's how you pick a board.